Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to another Easter edition of Pause and Pray. This past Tuesday was a much needed mental health day for me. There's been a really good but busy whirlwind in the parish here now that we've been returning to in-person worship, and that's meant 3 services on weekends instead of 1, and a really a good but wonderful but also exhausting busyness that came with all of that. So after kind of getting swept into that whirlwind over the past few weeks of returning to in-person worship, I was given the opportunity to spend this past Tuesday with one of my grandsons, almost 3-year-old boy named Grayson, who I affectionately call Jackaroo or Goo Goots. And I was so excited to be able to spend most of the day with him. So excited that I had all of these plans lined up. And the day was going to start with a trip to the wonderful zoo here in Milwaukee. He loves the zoo, and we got there about 10:30 in the morning and nearly had the zoo to ourselves on a weekday. And the weather was actually surprisingly nice in the morning. And for the first hour or so, he was enraptured by all the animals and life, as he often is. And then the lights went out. He was out for the count, exhausted and tired, deep asleep in the running stroller that I was pushing him in. And at first I thought, oh man, I got all of these plans for the rest of the day. But then I saw how peaceful he looked sleeping in the running stroller, and I wasn't going to wake up a sleeping child. So for the next hour and 15 minutes, I just slowly pushed him around the zoo in that stroller. And all we were doing was just being with each other. There was a holy stillness in all of that, a stillness that so often eludes me because I have a hard time shutting down, or I'm preoccupied by so much. I was so grateful for the gift of that stillness and how grounding it was, thanks to Gugoots. In today's daily office, we pray Psalm 37, where the psalmist starts preoccupied by a lot, whether it's the misdeeds of others or the prosperity of others. And in all of that preoccupation, the psalmist gets caught up, only to be given this wonderfully simple invitation by God in verse 7, which was simply, be still before the Lord. As we live lives where we can find ourselves preoccupied by so much, what a wonderful gift of Easter to pause and pray about today. That God simply invites us to be still, just as we are with God. And in that is the beautiful truth that we're enough for God to love and to be with and walk with and redeem just as we are. And maybe in discovering that gift, we come to find what I found and what Gugoots found at the zoo, the gift of holy stillness and the life of Easter that fills it. Easter peace and blessings to you all.